This is a Hungarian refrigerator advertisement from 1969. There's a hairstyling competition in Munich, Germany on May 1st, 1964. Michael Rockefeller in the center, the son of New York governor and soon-to-be US Vice President Nelson Rockefeller, vanished somewhere in Papua New Guinea in the early 1960s. Dwight David Eisenhower, or Ike, was born in 1990 in Denison, Texas. His family later moved to Abilene, Kansas. He was a 5-star general in the United States Army and served as the 34th President of the United States from 1953 to 1961. 30 bars of silver in Black Hawk, Colorado, 1878. A child of a Ku Klux Klan member touches his reflection in an African-American police officer's riot shield during a demonstration. This was in 1992. In 1983, Pastor Jerry Falwell's Christian magazine, Moral Majority, calls AIDS a homosexual disease that threatens American families. Nomadic prisoner, Urga, Mongolia, 25th of July, 1913. The nomads of Mongolia developed a justice system to suit their mobile lifestyle. This is a criminal, attached to a chain so heavy as to prevent him from running very far across the empty steppe. It's Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6 in 1990. A girl at a May Day parade in Lviv, Ukraine in 1968. Frederick IX, who lived from 1899 to 1972, was the last dynastic king of Denmark. People like to call him the Sailor King and the Tattooed King. Selena won her first Grammy Award on March 1st, 1994, at the 36th Grammy Awards held in New York City. There are two women standing in front of an anti-women's suffrage poster in Zurich, Switzerland in 1947. Charlie Sheen and Willem Dafoe, 1986. It's Chairman Mao at Beidahe Beach Resort in 1954. The median home cost was $26,600. A new car was $3,460. Gas was about 36 cents a gallon. The average annual income was $9,870. And the minimum wage was $1.60, under the heel of the Statue of Liberty in the United States in 1937. Audrey Munson, America's first supermodel. She died in 1996 at the age of 104, May 1922. The Anti-Fascist Congress of the United Front was in Berlin on July 10, 1932. There were 1,465 delegates from all over Germany. May Gordon's original insane moving pedestal. It was a unique act from the early 20th century, specifically around 1907. Rosa Ingram and her teen sons were sentenced to Georgia's electric chair in 1948 after they murdered a white neighbour who attempted to sexually assault their mother. John Lennon and Yoko Ono bought a large billboard in Times Square in 1969 declaring that war is over if you want it. James Brown Miller, also known as Killing Jim, is a Western hitman. He's an experienced marksman who worked as both a lawyer and a criminal. This is from 1887 in Texas. Los Angeles Times, August 7th, 1945. Manfred von Richthofen, also known as the Red Baron, was the top ace of World War I with 80 enemy aircraft shot down. The Fife and Drum Corps leads the Grand Army of the Republic during a Memorial Day parade on May 30th, 1927. Albert Goering, notably the younger brother of Hermann Goering, a prominent figure in the Nazi Party. He was a staunch opponent of Nazism and actively worked to help Jews and other individuals persecuted under the Nazi regime during World War II. The bridge collapsed in Canada in 1926. Carol Morris, Miss Universe, 1956. The young woman from Iowa conquered the world by becoming the second American to win the Miss Universe title. The first successful photograph of a comet, Comet Donati, was taken on September 27, 1858. A nurse with a sick child during the smallpox epidemic, Roswell, Poland, 1963. German troops capture a French tanker from his Char B-1. Despite fielding a powerful army, the French are caught unprepared, demoralised and fragmented. They collapse in 6 weeks, 1940. Segregationists harassed 6-year-old Ruby Bridges. They even made a doll of her in a coffin because she was going to an all-white school. This happened in Louisiana in 1960. Natchez, Mississippi, United States of America, 1947. There are 2 young, stylish guys. It's an advertisement for a piano company. This is from California in the 1930s. Bob Marley is on a beach with Miss World 1976 Cindy Breakspear, who is the mother of Damian Marley. The year is 1961, and we're talking about surf Nazis in California. A Royal Air Force pilot is getting a haircut in 1942. Edward VII, 1909. British troops are posing with a captured soldier from the 12th SS Panzer Division in 1944. There was a Subway chocolate vending machine that gave out chocolate for a penny. It was in New York back in 1953. Chamonix, France, 1920. Las Vegas police are facing Mike Tyson after he'd just bitten Holyfield's ear off in 1996. British schoolboys are holding discarded syringes from the 1970s. They used to play with these in school all the time because they were like mini water pistols without the needle. A mule bites American actor Will Rogers on the jacket in 1925. Celebrating the end of World War II, wounded veteran Arthur Moore looks up as he watches the ticket rain down from New York buildings on August 14, 1945. December 1936. Barnyard Buddies. William Helmke Farm near Dickens, Iowa. Kitty cat and piglet sharing a mulesicle. It's the first picture ever taken of Black Sabbath, taken in 1968. Bill Gates got a cake thrown at him. This happened in Brussels on February 4, 1998. A United States Marine has his good luck charm, which is a picture of a pin-up from the 1940s by the famous Peruvian artist Alberto Vargas. Summer refreshment for city dwellers, 1925. A black police officer protects members of the Ku Klux Klan from opponents of the movement. This happened in Austin, Texas, USA, in 1983. United States President Gerald Ford and National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger are touring the Finnish icebreaker Urho. This was during the Conference on Security and Cooperation in Europe, which took place in Helsinki in 1975. German children were playing with weapons abandoned in the street in Berlin in 1945. Anna Nicole Smith from the 1990s. Santa's sunbathing after a day of work in Florida in 1964. Paris, 1914. Angelina Jolie, 1996. A Mongolian bride wearing her traditional clothes from 1913. It's an autochrome. Adolf Hitler and Joseph Goebbels, 1943. From 1942 to 1945, Polish refugees found themselves in Iran. Dennis Hopper and David Lynch on the set of Blue Velvet, 1986. John Lennon with his future first wife Cynthia, outside the Liverpool College of Art in 1959. Jim Parkinson is driving his 1935 Wright-craft, a tiny British vehicle, through the streets of Tokyo during a world tour in 1965. Kill the Communists for Christ slogan at a pro-Vietnam War demonstration in New York, 1966. A British sailor aboard the HMS Alcantara is using a portable sewing machine. He's repairing a signal flag. This happened during a voyage to Sierra Leone. The photo was taken by Cecil Beaton in March, 1942. Princess Diana and Prince Harry are having fun in April 1992. Actress Salma Hayek smiles for the camera as she arrives on the red carpet for the Lethal Weapon 4 premiere on the 10th of July of 1998. Lipton, From a Shop to an Empire, 1936. Thomas Lipton started with a grocery store in Glasgow, and now his tea is drunk all over the world. A woman is paying for her groceries with a cheque in the 1970s. The crew of the steamship RMS Carpathia, which rescued survivors from the Titanic, is seated. In the middle sits Captain Sir Arthur Henry Rostron in 1912. Hadji, a 19th century female lion tamer often known as a lion queen, is posing serenely with 3 large lions inside a circus or menagerie cage. This reflects the era's fascination with daring animal acts. The year is 1899. Marion Gaynor, the daughter of New York Mayor William J. Gaynor, and her pet crow Pete, from around 1910. Nun's Vacation, 1960. St H. Green stamps were part of a rewards program run by the Sperry and Hutchinson Company in 1972. Robert De Niro and Gerard Depardieu, 1975. Three sailors are posing beside a German naval mine, World War I, 1916. Lyndon B. Johnson is yelling at the pilots of a nearby plane, telling them to cut their engines. He's doing this so that John F. Kennedy can speak. Kennedy is trying to calm him down. This was during the 1960 presidential campaign in Amarillo, Texas. Julia Child filming her cooking show The French Chef in 1963. They've been married for over 52 years now. Michael Caine first saw Shakira Baksh on television in a coffee ad in 1971. crewman of the USS Texas poses on one of the main battery guns around 1918. Two Dutch girls are escorting two American soldiers to a dance. First Night Wildlife Photograph, 1893. In 1952, Camel ran an ad boasting that more doctors smoked Camels than any other cigarette. White-coated physicians smiled from the page, selling the illusion that lighting up was medically approved. Rooftop track Turin, Italy. At the Fiat factory, cars were tested right on the roof. Paris, 1950. Mick Jagger's in a car after his wedding to Bianca Perez Morena de Macia in Saint-Tropez, France, on May 12, 1971. A film crew is filming a motorcycle jump over a collapsed bridge around 1980. This shot was from the filming of the low-budget movie Biker, which starred the famous motorcycle racer Eddie Kidd. Victorian ladies on roller skates dating to the 1890s. The Ford Unitron, designed at the Ford Styling Centre in late 1960, was Ford's idea of a combination RV with a portable office. It's an amusement park ride, and it's supposed to be like flying cars. It was made in the 1950s. Let's talk about beachwear from the 1945 to 1950 period. Teenagers hang out in Oklahoma in 1947. Bobby Driscoll, 1949. He was the voice of Disney's Peter Pan. At the age of 31, Driscoll died in an abandoned building after a long struggle with drug addiction. This is a portrait of Charles Dickens taken between 1867 and 1868. The last surviving members of the Civil War are honoured in front of City Hall in Newark, New Jersey in 1934. The world's first skyscraper, the 10-story home insurance building, was located in Chicago in 1885. A German Shepherd police dog pushes a baby in a stroller in Hempstead, New York in 1920. The Lord High Executioner of the former princely state of Rawar, central India, around 1898. Baron Lionel Walter Rothschild and his famous zebra team, London, 1898. Arnold Schwarzenegger during the filming of Predator in 1986. Francisco Franco, the leader of Spain, is kissing the Eucharist in 1960. Polio and arthritic patients during the 1900s sunned themselves. Weapon engineers Stoner and Kalashnikov pose with each other's rifles in the United States of America, 1990. France, 1994. Human Zoo, Bambala Village. Marlene Dietrich and her chauffeur Briggs are on a lunch break. This happened in 1931 during the filming of Shanghai Express. Alright, let's hear about the British War Dog Training School during the First World War. Dogs were used for a few different jobs. They helped deliver messages. They also worked in the trenches to find and help the wounded. Finally, they would carry equipment and supplies. Eddie the Eagle Edwards soars above a roaring crowd at the 1988 Winter Olympics. He finished last. Sudeten Germans are tearing down a Czechoslovak border post to unite with Germany. This was during the Sudeten Crisis in September of 1938. July 1941. Getting potatoes from a bucket in a potato race at the 4th of July celebration in Vail, Oregon. This is an early 20th century advertisement for a Canadian immigration bus. Victorian photographs show the complex process of wearing a crinoline dress around 1850. President Abraham Lincoln is with his personal bodyguard and others at the Battle of Antietam in 1862. Mildred and Richard Loving are sitting with their children in place by the steps of their home in Virginia. This was after they returned to the state following their victory in the case Loving versus Virginia in 1967. Los Angeles police detectives are plotting a bullet's trajectory at the scene of a shootout in 1934. Alexander Graham Bell's first telephone. Fidel Castro and Leonid Brezhnev are at the Kremlin in 1964. Rodney Dangerfield posing with his billboards in Las Vegas, 1976. Let's talk about the most popular villains from the original old-school Batman of the 1960s. Pamela Anderson in the 1990s. September 1939 Calf Scramble, Central Iowa Fair, Marshalltown, Iowa.